Pep, Capitec, Compact, DSTV Compact. These guys have auto daki on lock, ShopRite. So whatever intelligence you think you have on no daki, you're playing games. I've got questions for you guys. If you can please allow me 30 minutes.
Okay.
Can you allow
2
me?
hours.
Ladies first. So Nhlanhla, I'll start with you.
Yeah, you it.
No problem.
I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
I withdraw. I don't know who would like to start first. These are just going to be like quick fire questions, and I'd like you guys to keep the answers as short as possible.
Go what
Or must I
you
go
feel like.
one at a time?
Up
Go,
to you.
Might
do
be weird.
whatever.
Up to you.
You asked for 30
I'll go
minutes.
I'll go ladies first.
You know what you always do? You always tell people, let's have a conversation.
Okay.
So it's the first time I see you trying to do the opposite.
My apologies for that, sir.
For sure.
Is it okay with you for me to do the questions?
Up to you.
Maybe it'll hurt your other wrist.
Up to you, Pen.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Still early, ne? You're Kumula Street Fight. I still have my C's. You're wasting your energy here. I'm dealing with you.
You can put the Red Bull.
Sis Zola Mbatha, I'd like to first and foremost congratulate you on the South African Heroes Award. Huge congrats to you. It was pretty bold of you to give a shout out to me, but thank you for giving me kudos. Thank you for giving Ulax kudos and other people that have added value to your journey thus far. Does the award mean anything to you? What was the award about for people that may not know?
Well, it's an award from South African Heroes Awards, founded by a lady named Amanda, and it was in its 7th season this year. So I was receiving an honorary award for Rights Activist 2025. So at first, when I was approached for this recognition, of course I was happy. I actually realized I don't celebrate myself a lot. Not that I thought about it at that point. That's the first thing I felt when I got the call. Hi, Sissy, we've seen your work. We've seen the national legal clinic you're running through media and the communities, and we want to recognize you. We sat together, our board, we put you and other candidates, and we went with you. And the first thing I thought was, I went on LinkedIn, because I need to, we must keep all our profiles. Well, let me speak to myself, because you guys are not even on LinkedIn. Now I look this and wait a minute.
Which one is LinkedIn?
No, but you're on LinkedIn, Pen.
I was. They cancelled my account. I'm on LinkedIn of all platforms.
When are you been suspended everywhere? Twitter, LinkedIn. My Space account there was probably gone.
MySpace.
Yeah, that's how old you are.
Kids don't know what that is. Jeez.
Ooh, mix it. I went onto LinkedIn and I was like, actually, this is the first time I'm feeling like I should celebrate. I didn't go too hard for the matric because we all have matric. And I really was not the most dedicated singer at TTs. Then we got to varsity. I got the degree. I didn't celebrate because there's so much going on with family and my mom not feeling well. And then I went to do law school and articles and get admitted as an attorney. And I didn't celebrate much because that's where I discovered I'm becoming a single mother. So it got my head all over the place.
Jeez, that sounds hectic. Discovered.
Listen,
that's when I discovered that I am becoming a single mother.
That's hectic.
Exactly at my admission that day. Anyway, then we move on. And then...
Yeah, sorry for us moving on, but geez, that's a lot.
It's fine. I'm reflecting.
Yeah.
And then we got to law school, and then I finished law school, got admitted as an attorney. Then I went into corporate. There's no celebrating milestones there because I think, I'm achieving stuff, but I'm not making money. I'm not making enough money for a person who needs to do the things I need to do. So I never really have taken... my graduation part. So this is what this award did for me. It allowed me to actually reflect on everything I've achieved and didn't take time to celebrate. And I celebrated all of them holistically. And so that's what it means. I was really appreciative of that moment. And when I got there, I wasn't expecting it to be that awesome. It was so awesome. I went there with my sister and a friend of mine, good friend of mine, she's Afrikaans. I'm just...
we didn't say anything.
Yeah, so...
Shout out to your Afrikaans friend.
Listen here, we're not those type of black people. for us,
Shout out to your Afrikaans friend.
some people say, she's captured. She's got Afrikaans friends.
Another friend,
Captured. Listen, for us, it's not a trophy, nor is it the opposite.
It's
a friend.
Fair.
Yeah, sure.
And then I got on stage, this is so important to me. I think in my mind I had a speech. I was like, "Oh, Kings of Fair, ngithi yabo, ngithi ngiyabonga. Oh, I dedicate this award to." I didn't even get there. I just got on that stage
And the lights did their thing.
and like
Yeah, sure.
the moment actually, because at first, kuqale, the people I've worked with, they did videos saying thank you. It was a gentleman who actually brought my attention, or rather my work, to the attention of the awards people. His name is Linda Mgambi, and he runs Pumeza Mgambi. Right. And with Pumeza Mgambi Foundation, his sister passed away, so he named the foundation after his sister. He then ran a clinic at Protea Glen. And so I did work with the elderly that really love him and his leadership there. And so he then did a video thanking me for that work. And then a lady by Jennifer came on and thanked me for the work I did at the Davidson Legal Clinic. And the fact that so much attention was given to the Davidson Legal Clinic because I had, in collaboration with Newsroom Africa, gone to Davidson to tell the stories of the people there and how they're suffering because of lack of estate planning in the communities and people losing their family homes, like we discussed the first time we sat together. And then there was Ukwazi Khoza, producer at Gagas FM, thanking me for the work that I've done on Gagas FM. And I didn't expect those videos. So it was such a beautiful moment. I got a bit emotional.
And threw you off. That's where you were thrown off and
that's
forgot
exactly.
your
speech. That's when the emotions shifted from technical minded Zola to emotional female Zola. Hi, Bandla. I got on the stage. I thought about how much you guys mean to me, and I was like, I'm not leaving the stage without saying shout out to Pen and Nhlanhla.
I'm sure Mlazi gangster.
So it wasn't Mlazi gangsters all on that stage. It was female, sentimental, appreciative, and I'm okay with those feelings. I liked feeling them. Sometimes because of the stuff we went through, I just quickly summarized them in my lack of celebration of my milestones. But those things make you, as a female, act tough until you are tough. So tough that you can't get out of it.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was glad to be soft that night.
Jeez, congrats, man.
Yeah.
I think I'll do one at a time.
Yeah,
Well done,
that's
man.
good.
Lux, if you guys keep it short, then maybe I'll ask more than one.
Sure. No stress.
Are you planning to go into politics at any time within the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, no, my answer's still the same. Consistent. From the first day, maybe the viewer ever saw me, I've had the same answer. I have zero interest in politics. I've got
even as a funder?
My man. I've got zero. You said me going into politics.
Sure, so
I just want now,
okay,
not for us not to confuse even the average mind, right? I will not go into politics. I have zero plans of going into politics. I have no ambition of going into politics. Mine is not politics. Mine is economics. And with my economic reach, if an NPO wants my hand to assist the community, I will open my hand.
Yeah.
If politics has policies that may resonate with my heart in terms of helping people, and all it needs to realize those policies is for me to open my hand, I shall open my hand.
Okay.
Mine is economics, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
What's happening with Soweto Parliament for people that might be interested?
No, Soweto Parliament is a structure that lives and it continues.
You don't head it anymore?
No, I don't head it anymore.
Okay.
They should be going to conference to actually elect. It's conference season. I mean, the Johannesburg is going to conference in various political parties, ANC, even Bosamu. This is conference season because next year is voting season.
Are you just a member now of Soweto Parliament, or are you part of some executive?
No, I'm not.
You're just a member.
I'm a member and an honorary member because I'm the founding president.
Okay.
And I'll always have a hand in the hard stuff, like, hey, this door doesn't open.
Sure.
And because I've got the spare key
Right.
to mostly, we just open.
Okay.
And the guys come in. So Soweto Parliament is as strong as ever.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't mean when you're not loud, you lack strength. Yeah. So it's also a personality thing. The guys that are there, they're really invested in doing the job, getting the job done, and not interested in in looking like they're getting the job done on TikTok, on Facebook, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm very happy. If there's one thing that makes me happy is seeing platforms such as Soweto Parliament continue to work for the people of Soweto.
Okay. Sis Zola, do you have a plan to get into politics?
Nice. I've never even sure. Did you see how that? Did you see what my face looks like when you get me out of the way?
Sure.
I was not expecting that question. Ngaze ngicabanga ngisho uyicabanga leyo nto leyo, hey?
You don't wanna get into
I just
politics?
think from a risk perspective, it just feels a bit risky for me right now because it's not stable. It's not a stable environment. Yonke ndawo nje laphaya. So, and I just like the control of stability. So if I had to choose between politics and corporate, I'd go for corporate, even though corporate has its own toxicity.
And
but
politics.
at least it's
As in politics too.
but it's stable.
You don't think you can make a bigger impact in politics, maybe with the budget of a department?
I was about to say. However, I think it's been obvious now. Ukuthi, I want to say purpose driven, but it sounds like a speech. If I feel from a spiritual perspective, legal perspective, and value add, ukuthi mengaba la kuzokwenzeka umehluko in people's lives, then yeah, vele lapha I go.
You're
I
not
just
closed
make
off
sure.
to it.
No, I just make sure though that there's mentors and people to protect me. Safety is very important to me. I mean, I'm sure it's important to everyone, but there's just some professional fields that you're in that you need to put in more safety around you, especially if you're going to be going around communities talking about properties that are being hijacked. There's some safety you need to add on. Konuwo, there's a line you don't cross. So in that way, as long as there's no lines that I'm uncomfortable with, then I definitely would go. I would go footy happy. To serve South Africa is what I'm already doing anyway.
Sure.
On
You
a daily
don't have
basis.
political parties that you'd like to potentially recruit you?
No, not necessarily. I mean, you'd have to maybe explain to me from your perspective, because when you say politics, I'm thinking more government than politics.
I hear you.
I'd be more valuable in government.
Than
Sure.
politics.
You mean
I'd be
governance
very
and doing the the work?
governance. I mean, remember, on top of being an attorney and specializing in fiduciary services, which is what I do the legal clinics on, I've also specialized in compliance and governance
Sure.
and risk management. And I think someone with the brain or someone who does something like that would be very valuable in our government. I think the best place I could ever land is in legislation. Either drafting or in the commentary after it's drafted, or in the testing of the legislation, how it's going to impact the people in the communities, or in the rollout. I don't think any of those things are there from how I'm seeing the acts impacting the people in the communities, as well as, remember that whole Didi Mabuza matter? I got a lot of calls from former parliament members after that. And they themselves sort of were talking as if there's a gap between the law being made and the actual practical things that the law is doing to people. And they're also discovering it now that they are out.
Do you know the case?
It's like, you can't do anything about it.
You know
You're
the
out.
case?
I know the case.
The whole, is it a pension? Is it a living annuity and the family members and all of that stuff that we're not going into. But the point is that there's certain people who then contacted me because I was the commentary on that case. And
People
that's
at
when
the highest levels.
I don't know about the highest levels.
It is.
Isn't?
It is.
If it's
I know
parliamentarians.
Guto Baba, and they're very sweet. Most of them,
But
they're
they're
very
at the
kind.
highest level of society.
seven-
And they're not
Nje.
only high, but they are seniors at the highest level.
And yeah, 7 retirement.
It's worse.
It's worse.
So it's big.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But they are inspiring. Umuntu nje owenza umsebenzi that puts South Africa first and progresses South Africa and adds value is a person worth respecting.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the shock is not, I wouldn't go there. The shock is, sure, I never
But you
thought
see,
about it.
you're doing what you just explained earlier on. You don't want to give yourself full credit. It's like I don't understand. You don't want to fully celebrate yourself. We're saying that is a big deal. That let me personify it for you. A Tabombeki,
Yeah.
a senior at the highest level, that category, they're calling you to engage you on a matter that they set over and presided over, setting laws.
I
whatever.
see what
Now
you're
they're
saying.
calling you. That's a big deal. And say now we see a big disconnect now that we're
Yeah,
out.
what's your thoughts on?
Big deal. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Sure.
Okay.
Sorry to take you back, Lux. I apologize for catching you off guard with this one. One of the things that have been trending in this country recently has been Operation Tutula
Oh my God.
and Ujacinta Ngobese Zuma, March and March. I just wanted to ask, since the last time we spoke, are you at all working on Operation Tutula? Do you have any links to March and March? Do you have anything to say on the work that they're doing?
I don't know the work that they're doing.
Okay.
I'm sure half the country doesn't. If I answered, at least they would be informed of the work that they're doing.
Half of the country doesn't know the work they're doing.
Listen, what you see on,
Baxosha abantu.
where?
Are
Where?
they not chasing away foreigners?
No,
Oh
don't-
my
don't-
goodness,
no,
I'm
listen,
I'm going to pop out of my
let's
skull.
keep it tidy and simple. If you're saying they're doing work,
Sure.
okay? If we were to flip the script and speak about SEPs, and maybe you're not happy because you experience SEPs not doing its work, and I say, where are they doing their work? Or where are they not doing their work? You'd answer me simple. You won't say, they are policing, they're doing policing.
Yes.
Like where? Please answer me. You are such an intelligent human being. Just answer that simple question in a straight line. Where are they chasing people out?
Okay, so no links to any of them.
So you can't answer that
In
question.
that way.
So you can't answer that question now.
Because we're lab.
I just wanted to ask your opinion because it's one of the
Yeah.
trending stories.
No, but you can't
Saturday.
ask me. For you to ask me a question, I must understand your question. So when you say,
Let me
yeah,
clarify.
yeah,
You
sure.
are once a member of Operation Tutula.
no,
Oh.
Operation Tutula doesn't have membership. Operation Tutula is not a formal organization. Operation Tutula, when we were still in the center of Operation Tutula was a program.
Okay.
Operation Tutula was a pressure group.
Okay.
It had that flexibility. That's why it could never be washed out.
Okay.
When the waters come, it just sleeps and wakes up. It's that flexible. Until they took a posture of trying to become a political party, that was me saying, cheers, I have no ambition of doing politics.
Okay.
So Operation Tutula, as we speak, may have its membership. But when you ask me, weren't you a member? It's impossible that I was a member of a pressure group.
Hectic. Okay.
You're being so technical.
So you're not part of
But you can't say that.
you're not part of the program anymore.
Okay.
You have no links to the program,
Correct.
Yeah.
etc.
I don't even know what programs they're doing.
Okay. No
I
problem.
swear to the heavens. I just saw, yeah, I swear to the heavens. I have no clue what they're doing. And let me put it out there. Do you know anyone, any organization, including Operation Tutula, if they have anything that is meaningful and it resonates with my heart, that I feel that they could actually help the community, all they need is my help to maybe give the last 2 rand so that they can reach the 1 billion rand mark
Okay.
for them to build homes for Kokos and Soweto. I will even give 20, not 2 rand. I have nothing in my heart that is heavy against Operation Tutula. I'm just answering you questions
From a
that you are
technical perspective.
literally, not even technical, because when you say technical, you from a law background, it makes it seem like I'm just being technical to get our way out. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just being as honest as possible, because
Okay.
if I sit here and say I was a member of Operation Tutula, someone's going to say, show us your membership card, you are lying internally from them.
Fair.
So what do you want me to say when I'm sitting here? Operation Tutula never had membership. It never had.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm trying to see because some of these questions might be leading. Lux, let me close off. Hey, let me see. No, I'll come back to you, Lux. Sis Zola, this might be a silly question, but it's in line with the work that you do.
Oh.
I don't know if you have
question in
any
the work.
idea of potentially how many wills you've helped assist with this year and at what cost, just for people that may not know the work that you do.
Oh, sure. I definitely wouldn't be able to even
Quantify.
guess, or quantify. Yeah,
Okay.
that's for the word.
Okay. And then at the average cost, maybe?
However,
Average cost, maybe? There's a leading question from there, sorry.
what is it? So I can
The
understand.
leading question is, how do we make will drafting easier? Because you and I have sat a few times and
Yeah.
I've engaged a lot of people and they hear you. They know wills are so important.
I needed,
Estate planning. But then to wake up tomorrow,
and go.
they're like, ngizoyibona mfethu. Hey, kodwa ibalekile.
Well, look, the banks do free wills. You don't even have to pay. You don't even have to go the extra mile. You just need to either go to the branch and tell them you want to do a will. If you know Gogo, you don't want to bring Gogo to the branch, they will take a will drafting person to Gogo's home.
What's the
They do
incentive?
that. they become executors. And so when the estate administration process happens, they are the executors. And
Who's
you know
they?
the executors' fees. No, we're talking about the bank. Remember?
So what will incentivize me to go with my grandmother to a bank tomorrow?
Oh,
Or to
definitely,
contact
because
you
the will
tomorrow.
is needed.
Because it's free. Number
No,
one.
it's free,
First
sure.
incentive.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
So you're asking why a will is important?
No. Asking what would make me take my grandmother bath in the morning, Vaseline after
How many
sunlight.
you give amateksi?
Glycerine.
Yeah. And
Because the will is important.
Why?
There. He is asking if is a will important.
I think
No,
that was
no.
leading. That wasn't initial. that came after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me finish answering my question.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you. So you said you and I have spoken about the importance of the will. I'm going to quickly run through the Davidson clinic story of the lady called Mary. And Newsroom Africa went to Mary's home. What happened there is the Davidson properties that fall under 200,000 in value, RDP houses that have been renovated, is a family home. It belonged to Umkhulu. Mary's father took ownership of it after the father died. And so he was holistically the owner. And that happened through an estate administration process and a letter of authority, which a lot of people in the community are aware of. Everyone in the community knows a letter of authority. A letter of authority is because the value of the estate is below 250,000. A letter of executorship, which needs an attorney to administer, is because the estate is above 250,000. So most people in the communities will know about the letter of authority because the old four-room houses were valued at 100 and something before the new values now that are made for people to be milked, ama rates, parasicolab. Now, Mary's father took ownership of this house, wahamba yolobol, which means he got married in commutative property. Was he aware that the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act puts him in an incommutable property marriage? We don't know. Maybe he didn't care, maybe he did know. But people should know now because of how much we've spoken about it this year. Then that means half of this house then belonged to his wife. The other half stayed with him. Then he subsequently died. He didn't do a will. And because of the value of the property, the other half that belonged to him went to his wife. The Interstate Succession Act says either a child's portion or 250,000 rand of value, depending on which is the largest, goes to the surviving spouse when there's no will. So because the property is 200,000, the whole thing went to the wife, which was still okay. The wife carried on living with Mary and her siblings that are younger because the wife understood this is my husband's kids. But when the wife died, she had a daughter that was never a fan of this marriage, Wababa Gamir. And as soon as the mom died, she got a letter of authority, she sold the house, she took ownership and she sold it, and she took the money and she was gone. Mary found out she needs to move out from the new owner, which is a legal process. All of this is legal. Had Mary's dad, at least after getting married in commutative property, done a will, Mary today wouldn't be all over the news asking for another RDP house because the new owner said at least she can use the garage. So people in the communities, when they understand Mary's story, they understand why they need to do a will. Because abashadi out of commutative property. Now, once they make this understanding, your question to me then is, but what's going to make them wake up in the morning? The answer is, in relation to the bank, it is free. You don't pay. Sure. The bank and capital legacy, you don't pay. Then your question is, what's the incentive? I assumed you're asking on behalf of the service provider. They do free wills because they become the executor. In other words, the executor is the person who's going to represent the deceased person once they pass away. Once the person who signed the will dies, they will be represented by that bank or by capital legacy. I'm using these two as an example. There's obviously other institutions that I'm not sure to index all of them. The most popular are these ones, right? Now, then you ask yourself, but why should we even do the will? But if you understand what I just explained about Mary's dad, too many people are Mary's dad in the community. Sure. And all they need is to do a free will so that they can avoid that. They can have this house go to the right people. Yeah. Because as it turns out, they are becoming homeless because they're losing these homes. And all of it can be fixed by a will. If you look at the comments...
Homelessness is the one fear and the one incentive.
That will make them stand up. Yeah.
To say if you don't wake up tomorrow, you might become homeless or your kids might be homeless.
They are becoming homeless. From a data perspective, they really are. I mean, there's a young girl, to go back to that uncomfortable question, you asked Lux, who commented. So they comment a lot, obviously, on my post. I'll tell you about the question.
What question you asked me?
But let me finish.
I don't know.
I'm answering.
What?
But that's
remind
what I'm
us.
saying.
Remind us the question.
But
so,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
okay, Mama.
I'm opening my mouth to say it.
Thank you.
About the one you avoided, about what do you feel about the fact that there's people who are saying immigration laws need to be implemented in the country? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
You don't?
No.
I mean,
Did you ask that
asked-
question?
I want to hear what she has to say.
No, that's the question. Did you ask that question? She said,
Let Zola speak, it's fine.
I can leave the whole question thing.
No, please
I
go.
can withdraw it.
No, because I don't want to really avoid it if that was the question. Maybe then I didn't hear the question. That's
Because
why
he
I'm asking.
asked you, okay, when you went into a technical, no, I was never a member of the, but he asked you,
He
what do
asked
you think
me-
about what Jacinta and the lady with
Pen,
Dula are
Pen,
doing?
Pen,
And you
be
didn't
honest.
answer
Did
that.
you ask me that question?
I was asking if you're still linked and what you think of the work they're doing.
There's the question. You didn't answer
And I said,
it. What you think of the work they're doing
I did
currently?
answer. I said, I do not know what they're doing. Didn't I say that?
Oh, I see.
So
You said it's a program. You
what's-
said if ever there's part of the
and
program
I did
that
say,
speaks to
if
you,
ever
uzo
there
donate
is
to
a
20 rand.
program, please let me know, and I would honestly donate if it resonates with my heart.
Okay, fine.
So I'm
Okay, excuse
no,
me.
I'm getting worked out because people know that you know me in real life.
Okay.
They know you know me in real life.
Yeah.
It'll be like there's an underlying issue that I'm not saying on camera, and that's
I
why you're like,
see.
oh, you're being technical because when you're chilling, you don't say that.
Oh, no.
It sounds
no.
like that.
Okay,
That's why I'm
but
like, what the hell are we talking about? Did you really ask that question?
Did
That's
you
what I'm
not?
going to ask. Why are
No,
you getting worked up?
I'm getting worked up because
He's getting worked out because of what I said.
no, because they know you my sister.
Yeah.
They know you my brother.
Yeah.
But when it comes from you that you're again, because it's the second time. The first
can
time,
repeat it so you understand
The first
it.
time I let it slide when you say you're being technical. And then you say it again, oh, you just answered it by being technical.
Yeah.
It's a big thing to someone that's listening. It's like I'm really like honestly just
technical
just and I'm not there. I was being super genuine when I answered the question. Super
Are
genuine.
you happy, Zola? I can drill him some more.
Are you? No, leave him.
Yeah,
I
no,
mustn't
go
really-
for it
He's gonna
because
be upset with me.
no, I'm upset. I only get upset not with the question,
Yeah.
but with
Misconception.
yeah, like that.
Can
that
I
would
answer on his
start.
behalf, maybe,
maybe.
for our happiness?
I'm
here?
happy with what he just said though, but
I
yeah.
mustn't answer on his behalf.
No, answer on his behalf.
Oh.
Pendula.
So your Operation Tudula, which is being led by Uzandile Tabula,
Okay.
and March Jacinta Ngobese Zuma have been trending. They're very big on Abahambe, getting rid of foreigners. There was the story of the clinics and. Ulax at some point to the country was seen as the face of Itutu. And we've spoken about it many times.
Yes.
And the last time we spoke, it seemed like it fully cut ties and it mentioned
Yeah,
they're
so
going
he
into
was
politics. I'm not
repeating
into
that.
politics, which he emphasized earlier.
Fair.
So they're trending currently. I'm sitting with Lux. One of the questions that would obviously come up again. So for example, I sit with you next year. Mbuze phela ngama family home.
Sure.
Pen, listen, family homes are for families. I do estate planning and fiduciary.
Yeah.
But people want, look,
I've
if
moved on
someone's
from
working with family
okay.
homes, they must go and speak to lawyers and
Sure.
whatever. So he's just saying, look, I'm focusing on something else. I was part of the program at a point.
Okay, fair.
I don't know what the program is doing today. There was no membership. If you're asking if I'm still a member or want to be a member, if any of their programs speak to me like at some point they spoke to me, I will assist where I can, was my understanding.
Simple English.
Angazi noma happy Zola.
I'm very, very happy.
Or if you're not happy, we
we can go deeper.
Okay, fine. I guess there's no issue now.
There
But I
is
guess
no
the
issue.
thing here is this. You answered and said you don't know what they're doing now. But
Yes.
my summary of it, from what I've seen on social media,
Sure.
is just about the implementation of immigration laws. And I find it difficult that you wouldn't know that. That you don't know that they're talking about immigration laws.
You see, if he says to me, from your old understanding of what Operation Tutula does
Yeah.
or stands for, what was that? I would answer that using those words, quoting you word for word.
Yeah.
But if you say to me, what are they doing now? My brother, I can't lie to you.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. Okay, I fully just grasped it now. I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
And I'm not saying they're doing.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
And I'm not also saying, Babeta, they're doing it
Okay,
wrong.
yeah.
I'm genuinely,
Okay,
bottom of my
I'm
heart,
happy.
saying that if I even get just wind of some programs that they're doing and they resonate with me, Pen, they don't even need to know it's me. And like, they've got this this public donation account. But let's all donate 1,000 rand because transport to stadiums and activations, you remember, they're not cheap.
It's not a.
I'll put money in it.
It's not a South African issue, but some decisions we make in life and some people we're associated with,
Yeah.
some organizations we're associated with, some stories we're associated with, unfortunately, stick to us for very long, if not forever.
Yeah.
Maybe part of the conversation becomes, if you know me,
Yeah.
don't be part of the people that keep bringing up. "Kwanje wawujola no
Exactly.
Ntwana when I was 18.
Okay. So is this the
I
last
know
time you are asking
people. I
him
know
then?
people still say it, but you shouldn't say it.
And girls
Maybe
get
should
it.
be one of
And
the
girls get it more,
conversations.
by the way, using that example.
Yeah.
Girls, Nhlanhla forever. But none. I can move on
You
to the
can
next
move
chick.
on, yeah.
And my circle forgets that girl.
These are facts.
These are facts.
Okay.
So you should then understand it better with this example.
Do you agree with what I'm
fully-
saying, though?
Yeah,
You
I
know
agree
what?
with you 100%.
I shouldn't raise Operation Tutula ever
You
again.
should.
Yeah.
No, you should.
Okay.
You should, my brother. You should, because it's important that it affects the country. Who are we? We're not the country.
But maybe someone else who doesn't know you can ask. Maybe not me.
But not you again and again
look,
and again.
Look, it depends how you ask it. You like, did
What
you
if I just don't ask it?
then that's fine.
That's-
No, I'm
that's
asking
okay.
you how you feel about that. So you spoke about
Yeah.
chicks,
Yeah.
and you used to date.
Chicks.
So Casper Jola, no boy T, no Amanda Dupont.
Let's say Catherine Kayembe.
Who's that?
It doesn't matter. It's a name.
No,
Let's,
but I wanted to use real names.
yeah, it's a real name.
And it sucks because you're right. The woman,
Yeah.
it'll always be like, hey, when I Jola, no.
No,
Sure.
yeah, and it's not fair for the
Yeah.
women, right?
It's not fair on the
Yeah,
woman.
yeah,
So
it's
I'm,
not.
I'm just saying,
So we need to be fair on Nhlanhla.
I'm friends with Boiti, Amanda Dupont, Mini Dlamini. It's like Kune Casper Nyovesta
you can't say Boitiwa Kespa or Boitiwa Mangma.
Fair.
It's
I'm,
not
I'm
fair.
saying if I know you and we're friends,
Yeah.
I'm asking how you
guys.
feel about me not asking. Did you hear Casper's filling up? I think Bloom.
Yeah.
It's like
Well done to Casper. Shout out
it's
to him.
like, yeah, Donna, that's cool, but someone else can ask me that so I can tell them, hey, well done to him.
Yeah.
But why are you asking me?
Okay.
Because you know me.
Says
That's what I'm
Mini
asking.
in
Yeah,
this
I see what you're
example.
saying.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
me
it's-
too.
The ice is really thin and it's easy to have it
I think
cracking.
that's why
yeah.
Zola was also a bit uncountable. Like, hey, usabuza lo mjidangale. It's almost like asking about
Yeah.
an ex. Yes.
Fair.
Yes, Zola.
Fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay, so
I asked you a question, but I think
I
I'm
don't
gonna
even know. We
gonna
can move
repeat it,
on.
but please don't answer it.
okay.
I wanted to ask how many wills you've done and what average cost. People can contact you if they want that type of work.
Okay.
My last question to you is going to be the last of my questions to the both of you.
Okay, but wait. So you're not upset with me?
For?
Okay. Carry on.
He's upset. Nyamazi, yabona guys. Yabona straps is very kanje. So we're kwatile.
First, so come on. You said the thing straight. I'm fine now. I understand.
I'm joking,
Holistically, we're fine.
So the last question I'm going to ask you is going to be the last question. So these two are going to be for Lux and then you,
Okay,
and then I'm
cool.
done.
Go ahead.
I get a lot of DMs, and I've spoken to you about this because I've been with you live while you get phone calls. I get a lot of DMs about people wanting to get in touch with you regarding rehab, family, their partner. It's not annoying to me, but it's just said that I don't know where to direct them because I'm not going to give them your number.
Sure.
So I normally just tell them, please DM him. I don't know. But officially, how do people link up with the rehabilitation center that you're running?
Sure.
And then maybe you can also add on to this. Do you guys need donations?
Yeah.
For
So
people that might be interested to donate?
this is how it works. Okay. I run a school. And part of that school, it's a farm school. It's at the farm. Part of that school.
Is the farm public knowledge? Or is it sort of hidden?
I'm not hiding anything, but I'm not
I'm asking
exposing
you,
anything
people-
either. So,
Fair.
it's like
So I
I don't.
can't
So
ask
you
where
can't
is
go
it?
Google the address.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. Should people know where it is? Or
Nah, it's a farm.
Safety.
Eastern Cape.
Safety is
Yeah.
important.
The
Eh?
farm in the
Yeah,
Eastern
and
Cape.
because it's a so we shouldn't.
Because never done.
Look,
No, I'm just asking.
No.
Angithi manje khona or
it's not even about
I'm trying to
Abantwana.
think.
But
So the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital is in Parktown, as an example.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how it operates. There might be another organization that's got a headquarters somewhere.
Okay.
There's Nkosi Johnson
In Florida.
Home. It's in on your way to the south, Mount Kadakli South Gate,
Okay.
yeah.
on the left
Sure.
there. So it's known. These are public things. So I'm just asking, with the work that you're doing, do do people need to know where you are or not really?
So I would prefer people not to know where it is.
Okay.
Because then I would be swamped with walk-ins.
Sure.
Guys, let me just put it straight, this thing. Addiction is the biggest problem that's facing youth and South Africa in general. The future of this country is captured by drugs. The future doesn't exist. It's very dark when you look at it because of drugs.
I want to ask alcohol, gambling.
I'm
do you
including
include
it.
drugs?
Including
drugs?
it. So if I'm
gambling and alcohol.
Look, if I'm to be technical with the words now, I would tell you that substance and non-substance addiction has captured the future of this country.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
So substance addiction, alcohol, nyaupe, cat, etc., including sugar, by the way, it's a big addiction in this country.
When you say sugar, you talk about sugar.
Yeah, sugar.
Not sugar as a nickname for drug.
No.
Drug.
Sugar,
specifically
like
sugar
sugar,
that we
sugar.
put in our tea.
Biggest
drug in the world.
Big addiction.
Dangerous.
All right, and from a health point of view, it's just as bad as heroin.
It might be the number one killer in this country.
It is.
By the way.
It is.
And it's underplayed.
Gonna check that.
And then when we
No, I'm not checking. I'm not
and then
checking.
when we speak about non-substance addiction, we speak about gambling,
Ooh.
social media, porn, etc. Yes.
I want to add on this. I told myself I'd say this. I'd make a separate video. We speak a lot, and I get a lot of DMs from young men who are addicted to porn and masturbation.
Yes.
And I've done an episode with my brother a while back.
Yes.
Got a lot of DMs.
Yes. We have those people at the rehab.
We speak as gents today
sure.
about porn addiction and masturbation.
Yeah.
Women don't. There are so many women I've met, good jobs, who are addicted to porn because the gadgets, it's them. They're abusing themselves at night, it's them. There are women that are addicted to porn, but no one is talking. It's actually taboo for women. It's more mainstream for men for it to be known.
Sure.
Kanye West, Kirk Franklin, they've spoken out about it. Women don't. Sorry, I just wanted to add this, that
Sure.
porn and masturbation are actually a problem for women as well, but women don't talk.
So my brother, if I give you a list of substance and list of non-substance, then you realize we talk about the whole country. Almost every other person has a problem on that list, right? So if an address to where you can help people is public, I'm going to get buses, thousands of people at the gate every day because people are desperate in real life. We're not saying don't know the address because of any other reason.
It's a safe home.
It's a safe home. You don't want people...
Supposed to be safe.
Exactly. So we have an intake. Our program takes minimum 12 months, maximum 14 months. So we're there with your brother, sibling, mother, aunt, cousin for the whole year, minimum. 4 seasons, we are with them. And we don't only rehabilitate them, we upskill them. Because if you are 25, you've been taking drugs for the last 10 years, that means you started when you're 15. That means you didn't finish school, you dropped out. That means someone who is your age mate, who's 25, just finished varsity, degree, just started their new job, in their new ride. For you, it means you are going deeper into drugs because you need to escape that reality. So when you come to our institution, ours is not to tie you on a tree and expose you at your weakness, put you everywhere out there. It's very quiet, it's very private. And when they get there, we educate them. The substance will leave the system because of the 12 months experience. You're not taking it. So naturally, it's out your system. But we can't just keep you there for fun. We need to upskill you. Who do you think cuts their hair? They cut each other's hair. So that's a skill. You could go back and open a barbershop because you've been cutting 200 heads every single week, taking turns. Do you see? So actually, shout out to Legends Power. Spoke to the owner. They're going to come through and build a proper academy, bring latest machines so that these young people start cutting each other properly. And they'll have a year experience, right? And then they'll take them and just refine their skill when they graduate at our school, and they start perhaps getting into the Legends Power network and systems and
Sheldon?
employment. It's Sheldon, yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. It's Sheldon, my brother. So Shout out to Sheldon. He's got the biggest heart for community. I mean, I could speak about Sheldon.
He's a trooper just in life
For
in
sure,
general.
for sure.
What a story.
Yeah,
what a gent.
Yes, he's legit for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, I do not like it when we even refer to our institution as a rehab.
Okay.
Rehabilitation is a module. It's a farm school that offers farming, that offers various other skills. We invested in a lot of sports. I'm a St. David's graduate, okay? So the vision is to build a St. David's in a farm.
Hectic.
And then Ntwana Kokasi, who dropped out of school because of substance, when they come to what they think is rehab, they find a St. David's. Now they've got their future ahead of them. Because one of the biggest things when you say rehab, you're thinking that we're going to tie you with chains because the withdrawal system. No.
While you were screaming.
Hours.
No chains. That sounds
As we
scary.
grow in what we do, we've been improving the vision. I couldn't have built a St. David's in my first year. But as I go, I knew that building an institution that will see itself through time, even beyond my participation, I'd need to build an institution that competes with the best institutions in this country. I want to be able to use sports to rehabilitate you. Sports took Lux through school because sports took me through school.
Yeah.
My mom couldn't afford half the bills that came through, but the sports bursary took me through school. So I know sports from a development point of view. I know what it can do for your mind. I know what it can do for your body. And if you come in as an addict, you already know what's happening with your body. 10 years not eating properly, on drugs, your body needs all the help it needs. So sports is one of the vehicles that we use to take your body back to where it's supposed to be and even better. To take your mind, if you understand how difficult sports can be, depending on the level that you're participating, it also stretches your mind. So we use sports, we use skills, we use farming to rehabilitate. So
I've got two thoughts while you're speaking. First was, it was going to be a question, but I'll just make it a note. I think South Africa needs more hostels. When you listen to Dr. Uma Johnson, Ifatunde, and the school that he was trying to build, there's some scandals around it now. When you listen to social workers, even in South Africa, there's this concern of sending a child to school, ayodla, be with other kids and teachers, and then having to go back to a dysfunctional space. The idea of, instead of Mhlamba Child Grant, RDP, building functional hostels with sports facilities at school, kids can go home, parents can come visit you anytime. You can even go home, but come back because there's prep here, you want to study.
Sure.
You know there's sports, you know there's food. So we don't have to worry about you anymore. That was the first thought. The second one is going to be the idea of building a school, and something I've dreamt about for the longest time, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of us. It would be so cool meeting people, building schools and competing. Like, my school's better than yours, your school's so whack. And that's how we actually build excellence. Because the so-called top schools in this country are competing. So you want to build a school.
My brother, you're spot on.
But it's not competing with anything. So it's like, John, I'm waiting. Where's your pub school? Like, no, it's coming. Let me go and speak to whoever. And our schools actually start competing because that's how we build excellence.
So now I can tell you where the competition is. The soccer team at my school will play with one of the best soccer teams in the community. That is the closest. Because we don't have competing schools that are like-minded. If Penno, though, builds a school one day, I can't wait for my school bus that's written my school name to drive real people in their first team kit to go play against Penno's first team. And we've got our own annual festival that celebrates the establishments of our time that we are responsible for building.
We do that with football, though, and politics.
Yeah,
but not with schools.
Exactly. So look, we've got a school out there. You're welcome to have a delegation to come to the school and see what we do.
For a schooling conference.
Yeah, and look, but on the real, the farm school is a real farm school. You've got chickens there that lay eggs every single day. The eggs, they take them breakfast every day. Excess eggs get packaged, and we then send them off to shops that we work with, And already that even teaches our young people about business, economics, and logistics, what we do when we, do you understand what I mean? And beyond the eggs and the chickens, poultry, we've got cows, we've got sheep, we've got goats, we've got pigs. And they can see the entire value chain that you know, an average guy, girl from Danzan, from Soweto, they can't tell you where food really comes from.
Comes from the shop.
Comes from the shop. Eggs come from the shop. Abawang they say it comes from my friend, and they're not lying.
Food comes from my friend.
That's where they get their food. So it's so refreshing when you take someone who we wrote off in the community as a proper write-off, and they find themselves at the farm school.
Knowing.
And they come super upskilled with their minds super broadened, and they just come back powerful. Then they all of a sudden above everybody else in terms of exposure. They can grow their own food. They can run their own business because they were running their own business. They now know how to drive because helping them with their licenses to drive the trucks that deliver the eggs is part of the program.
Yeah.
So it's just a super, super amazing private institution that we're going to grow as the years go.
Yeah, I think you also asked about the funding.
Yeah. So
do you guys need donations?
No, we don't.
Is it donations?
We don't.
Is that the model?
Yeah. Look, we don't need donations, but again, I've never worked on donations because I think it's just how I'm conditioned. Our
So
model,
maybe not for you.
Yeah, not for
This is what I normally say to moms.
Yeah.
I-maintenance yengane, hayi angeke ngimcele maintenance.
Yeah.
Akusiye yakho.
Sure.
It's not yours. That's your child's money. And I'm just asking you to be a fighter for your child's money.
Yeah. So
that is locked up with that
so
guy.
my brother,
there. It's not yours. It's not, I don't need his money. It's not yours, Swami. So I'm just asking for you, which does the institution and the people, they need any assistance that people can.
I don't need donations. I need partners. I need partners that are not going to give me money. I need partners that I can, after speaking to the board, still bounce off what we are thinking to them. I need to be able to call Penwell and say, we're building, we stuck, we don't know what to decide, a tennis court traditional or a paddle court. Because I want my latest, what you call nyaupe, to come and play paddle every Wednesday at a school that they live. They live at school. They boarders. And I want them to have the world-class facilities. I'm sure St. Davis doesn't have paddle right now. I'm not sure. It's not a shot if they don't have it. I'm just saying, the best private schools right now might not have paddle. But I want to have paddle because that's my leading edge.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that my nyaupa boy can even be at a school with better facilities than St. John's, St. Stidion's, Cares, etc., etc. Do you see? So that's groundbreaking. That's like, for me, such a wild yet fun thing to chase. You know what I mean? So and a productive one. And what's also important is that we're leaving something major for those that are coming after us to inherit.
Yeah, fair.
You see? Yeah.
My worry, sorry, Pen, I'm just since I'm in the middle seat.
Yeah.
What if, as a mother?
Yeah.
As a mother.
Sure.
And then my child was in that institution.
Sure.
Because it exists.
Yeah.
Almost said in an institution like that. It actually it exists in its current format, the work you're doing with it. Masuyadlula 12 months. Ngila kule ngise ibizwana le ndawo between Tepisong.
Yeah.
Eyazi Tepisong ukuthi rough kanjani.
Sure.
Uyabuya umntanami sekajwayele kayaking,
paddle.
Sure.
Paddle.
Sure.
St. David's.
Sure.
Now ufanele abuyele kule Tepisong where ziyabuya eTepisong zibuya uphume endlini.
Sure.
How does my child then cope? And then because what's gonna happen is and we must do what you're doing. It's just that more people must do it. So that from you, they can go to another. They can go to Penno. From Penno, they can come to Zola. But manje muyenza in your individual format. Bavele babuye.
Do you know Zola?
Yes, pleasure.
Soweto and all other townships have, just after 94, we had a spike of people leaving Soweto or townships going to schools in white areas. In their transports. Ne? Those kids were super exposed to your paddles and canoeing.
Sure,
I did canoeing. I did
Yeah,
rowing.
yeah.
Do you understand? So I
Yeah.
went back to Soweto, and this
I
is
hear
who
you.
I am. Because of that exposure,
instilled in you.
I knew that there's more to life than
100.
us just saying scaife.
Yeah.
Because if
That's
someone
so true.
only grows up to scaife,
Yeah.
they will become scaife.
Yeah, they're ceiling and the sky.
Do you understand what I mean? So we must never be scared. It's to expose our kids to the best, because we're saying that our reality is the worst.
Short-lived, yeah.
Our reality can be the worst, but expose your kids to the best.
Yeah.
Because one of them, they're going to get a spark that will change the
I was
world.
about to say, so you can change their
Do you
minds.
see what I mean?
I
So
hear
I'm
you.
not scared to give what you call Nyaupe the best.
For
The best.
periodic.
All right? And then send them back home because they're matriculated.
Their minds are now different than what they were when they
Exactly.
went in.
When they come, they're not coming and you're not putting them in that environment without a pedal court for them to miss a pedal court. If you're weak-minded, which I don't have a graduate that's weak-minded, by the way, you'll want to speak about words that are now common, fashionable on social media. Depression, because I don't see a pedal court. Anxiety. Lalel. That's it.
Fashionable, yeah.
Zola, your concern is very
fine.
valid,
No,
by
no,
the way.
no, no.
And it's something maybe not.
No, but let me
Ulax
finish.
can
But let me
resolve.
finish the
My
point.
apologies.
The point I'm making is we don't teach them fashion, Mchan. Like if you understand boys' school, I don't have a photo in a big brand name, maybe like
Like
Lacoste.
expensive clothes. Is it?
Yeah, that's why I'm so comfortable to dress how I dress.
Fair.
Because boys' schools, you might not have the rugby field, but having played rugby for St. David's, what you take home is the discipline,
Yes.
not the rugby.
I'm obviously saying yes to
Do you
that because
do
my
you see?
brother's a rugby player.
Exactly.
Yes.
So they might not take the paddle court home or have it when they get there. It's not room for you to now say I'm depressed because I don't have a paddle court.
Yeah.
It's the discipline that you were waking up at 6 to take care of the cows and waking up at a certain hours and sleeping at a certain time and knowing that there's a routine to life. You can't
Yeah.
freestyle life.
Yeah.
And that routine is the discipline that they take home.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Your concern
understand
is
you.
valid, by the way.
Yeah, I
but
hear
hopefully
you.
we'll find a solution. I want to give a shout out to the most expensive school in the country.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not Michael House anymore.
Has it ever
what
been
is
Michael
the
House?
figure?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe when we were very little.
Yeah, when we were much younger.
So mainstream would be Hilton College, of course.
Yeah. I would
But
have
I
said
think
Hilton.
officially it's the African Leadership Academy in Honeydew, which currently is just under 530,000 a year.
Jeez.
in Honeydew.
My fees
Yeah.
are less than that.
Is it? Sure.
I think Hilton might be at 400 now. I met an amazing gentleman, Renatus Mshomba. I think he's from Tanzania. I know he's studying in Rwanda now. But he explained the vision behind it because they've got a lot of donors there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the kids are there on scholarship. They identify kids. I think part of the recruitment process is you must be looking to or you must be part of a non-profit to do community work. Because part of what they're going to do at the school is they're going to help capacitate you to be able to go and do that.
Yeah.
I've sat with him a couple of times on the Rain Experience, which is his platform. And we've spoken about this work they do. And it's literally that, because to what you're doing and to Zola's concern, maybe not so much to your concern, but to what you're doing, we don't have enough leadership academies in this country
Okay.
that are genuine. Not a term of ours at this leadership academy, and but to say, and Umapong has spoken about this a lot, where I come from, kids are struggling with drugs. Where I come from, fathers are absent. Where I come from, the moms are sleeping around for money. So I'd like to join your academy or your school to try and resolve that, or at least one of those things.
Yeah.
Maybe just food. I just want to learn how to plant trees, fruit trees in the Kasi that people are not going to chop down for firewood in winter.
Yeah.
And then we help capacitate you through this program. And you work with, because the African Leadership Academy has got kids from around the world,
Yeah.
but specifically around Africa, that come together and they
nice.
brainstorm and they sit and they go back to each other's communities to be like, maybe we can come up with ideas and what's innovative that we can do. Maybe if we build a pedal thing here, maybe why do you do drugs? No, the thing is, okay, if we give you this, will you maybe not go and do drugs today?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. If you give me this, then today I'll be here. I won't be able, like, okay, cool. Why do you think your father's not home? No, because he works far. If we maybe help your father get a bicycle, a scooter, do you think maybe you'll,
Get to
you
be
know?
home more.
So I think that's pretty dope, because I don't know if they really achieved this, but I know that that's their vision. I'm not sure what Oprah Winfrey was trying to achieve with the girls.
The academy.
But we need institutions like that. School is cool, but if school is not capacitating you to feed yourself, if it's not giving you physical health education, if it's not helping you go back being exposed to go actually plow back or at least be a real leader, to be like, I know after you come back from there, you will come and give back to our community. We have politicians' kids that go to Harvard and they come back with fuck all. Fuck all. They come back and they don't build an app. They don't even just do a podcast or a vlog to be like, hey guys, I'm the minister of what, or I'm part of the portfolio of, I went to China and this is what we learned. Yo, guys, if we can sit with our taxi guys and we teach them all, maybe their service will change. Maybe if they wear a uniform, like something.
Nothing.
But go shopping and what, they don't come back with anything. Where the Chinese, different. When they get shipped out to America, they come back and they're like,
exposure.
This is what I saw there. This is how they plant their this is how they grow their chickens. This is how they plant their stuff. And so we don't have those things. And I think that would be really dope. And some of us, I don't know about you.
Okay.
Nhlanhla is an outlier to me. We leave Vikas. I'm from Mbatha. We leave. We don't go back. I have not gone back. And I've carried that guilt to now. Because it's like, what was the point of what you're funding Newcastle High? If after Newcastle High, Zoya Roads, after Roads, UJ, after that, that's why
I went back. I went back.
What was the point? Yeah. So I carry that guilt a lot. Same with our families.
Yeah. Sure.
So your families all prayed for you. Zola
yeah.
Oh, Zola, hey, there's a smart podcast. So we need to inculcate that thing. I know it's tough in Makas because sometimes you come back and that'll be the last day you're there because they take your life or they take your car or they violate you in some way and you're like, I try to help these people and they're so fucking dysfunctional that my life is in danger. Let me go back to Houghton. Because I at least here the problem is that, our WhatsApp group is complaining. But we need to try and create that culture. We need leadership academies.
My point was exactly that. I said there was a point where we were being raised by our grandparents because our parents were busy trying. You know, siphelile yonke lento ukuthi you don't enter here, 94 has arrived. But now they're gone to go try. So sasala with our grandparents. And that's why I said we need to go back then. I mean, they educated us, labantu, benzi, kaftini, making dogo for us, taking their little pension, taking us to these varsities, NEFSA helping there and there, but NEFSA pays for school fees, doesn't pay for textbooks. So these grandparents have sent these young kids out of the location, Baba Yise Kolin. And then from there, we go to corporate. From corporate, we're drowning now at being the middle class, townhouses, estates. No one has time for the community. And I say, we don't even have to go back to the community with money. You, like Nhlanhla saying, you really, what I'm doing is so simple. I understand and know law in that way. I've specialized in this field. I also understand the people in the community who can't go to Santon in an office to go see a lawyer need. And so it's like, if Gogo gave me umpago, let me umpago now. So you go back. That's exactly why I get into those communities, even though sometimes they'll reject you. They'll reject you for various reasons. So it's I mean, I saw some guy in my comments saying, how does Usiswa Semlazi come here and tell me about illegal clinic at Davidson? I was born at Davidson. Like, hello.
Yeah, we're fighting. We're
like,
fighting
hello,
demons.
booty. Like, how?
We're fighting
anyway,
demons.
I thought you'd be celebrating the fact that in Davidson you now are aware that there's a Davidson legal clinic. The fact that Mlazi is neither here nor is it there. That's what I was saying. Accountants, lawyers, doctors, nurses, do like a little thing and teach. It's something as simple as resuscitation.
Yes. First aid.
While we're waiting for ambulance, because we know they take a while, because we don't have hospitals around the corner, we need to be able to know how to keep our gogos alive. That's why I'm because they have nothing but blessings. It's la usuqala wehla khona ko mamkhulu no bani hey then iyaqala idrum ayakusiwona wethu lo mntana.
Thank you for giving a shout out to Omkhulu. Omkhulu always get forgotten. No lax ngiyazi yabathanda ogogo but Omkhulu ngathi abakhohlwa. Okay, this is my last question to you. I know I asked for 30 minutes. I think we've gone for an hour. Realistically speaking, do you think we can actually help black people with the family homes issue? I was stopped on the side of the road by one of the guys who patrol security in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And he's never seen us. One of the other security guys was like, "Oh, we must do low black pen." Doesn't fucking know me. So I was like, "No, we are podcast, what. And he came to tell me a unique story.
Okay.
Ugogo wami wangikhulisa, besihlala, there were issues in my family. Manje sengaxoshwa, I didn't have a place to stay. In my head, I'm like, oh, I'm sure he watched us. Nothing. And he's like, no, sekuyasetshenziswa umuthi ukuthakatha khona washona. Realistically speaking, I know what you're trying to achieve. I know it's beautiful. I know we're trying to do the work where we can. Realistically speaking, do you think we can actually help black people with this family homes issue?
Yeah. Nhlanhla.
No, he's asking you.
In here. I'm just posting you in here.
No, asking you. Don't let me launch you.
Hey.
Yeah, but technically now, look, there's no family home membership. There's no membership for family homes.
Listen,
it's just
there's
a
nothing
program.
like helping.
No, I want to know. I'm sorry. I just want to know what. Yeah.
That was my last question. So
Say
we're
what
open
you're
for
gonna
It was your last question too, Zola.
To me, yeah, fair.
To both of you.
Thank you.
You just adjusted it now.
Okay, fair. To me,
fine.
I'm
I'm
the
happy
one
to
who
receive the
extended
question.
it to you.
Oh, no. That's on her. I'm just saying this was my last question. I'm done. My questions are done. So we're done now.
Okay, sharp.
With questions.
So for me, there's no helping black people. Did you hear what I just said?
Sorry, no. Let me let you finish. Sorry.
There's no helping Indians. There's no helping coloreds. There's no helping whites. There's no helping Afrikaners. Going back to black people, there's no helping black people. You can help those that are willing to be helped. Ukayisa meeting, ukase fosunwa. You only those who are willing to listen will hear you, my brother, when you speak. So it's not about the black thing. Go within the black communities because they happen to be the most disadvantaged of communities with the clear mind to say that those that are willing, I am here to help you. And if there's no one willing, I'm going to go home and sleep because what I profit from was the effort I put and the time I gave. Whether you raised your hand or not, the effort and time remains the same. I am not here for the booze, woos, claps, whistles. I'm here for the effort that I'm going to put, I've decided to put, and told my family when I leave in the morning, I am going to Mlazi. Because of these drugs, I'm going to put a banner and say that here's a car. If you have a child suffering from drugs and they are willing, the car's open. And if I go home alone that night, I can't be disappointed because my role, responsibility has been fulfilled. It's not to help blacks.
You agree with him?
I think what he's saying is definitely right. It's definitely not my answer. I'm going to give you my answer now.
I was about to say something. Okay.
Oh, who's it in? I could now.
Ngikhululekile.
Oh.
Mandela wasineza inkululeko. I'm here now.
Okay, thank you for kuphendula umbuzo as I've extended it to you. My answer is not necessarily. I agree with Nhlanhla about the racial thing. It's not blacks, colored, Indian, whites. I think umuntu ofuna usizo uyasizeka. And I think people in the communities are desperate for help. They are so confused by Interstate Succession Act. They're so confused by the Wills Act. They are so confused by the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act. They are so confused. And what's confusing them is not the law. It is the consequence of not knowing the law as they watch it play out. Like Mary. Mary was so confused as to how her family home was sold while she had the original title deed in the house. She had no idea that you can go to the deeds office, pay 1,800 and apply for a copy of a title deed and sell the house while we're in Uhleli. So many thousands and hundreds of thousands of people think you can sell a house. You can sell the title. You can sell a house by selling a title deed.
So I just wanted to say, for men that don't know out there, unabridged birth certificate, you can go and get a copy at Home Affairs. You don't have to wait for mama.
No,
these men that are waiting, mama, thingy birth certificates, especially if you're going to be traveling, flying with your kids, please have your own copies. Go to Home Affairs, unabridged. You have your IDs there, Kalisama form. You get your own original copy.
Yeah, you don't need to ask for a copy.
Sure.
Fair. So too many people are married. Unfortunately, for too many people, it's too late. Nhlanhla? It's late. The houses have been hijacked, they've been sold, they've been transferred to 5 people. By the time Ukoko is getting that bulldozer, remember, Meadowlands, there was a bulldozer that hit the sitting room. Ukoko phakathi endlini.
Are you serious?
So that she can leave. Yes.
That sounds like a case.
Because all of them are cases, but they don't even know that it's a case. They don't even know where to go. So people are desperate for assistance.
Sue whoever needs to be sued.
There's no suing.
Not really
That's a
as
new
well
owner.
because the law,
It's
my
his
brother.
property.
Yeah, the
he's
law-
doing what he wants with his property. It's
hear-
an illegal eviction.
No, the eviction I understand. I don't know about illegal. I'm just talking about
illegal
Lento
because you can't-
Ukoko was inside while a bulldozer was bulldozing. If they were fully aware
Because-
that there's a human.
My brother, the law
Like, what are
that
my human rights and things here?
the law that we speak about and human rights that speaks English more than it speaks our real languages here in Africa. It will call Gogo and classify Gogo as a trespasser during that moment because the sheriff had done his job
Sure.
in that moment. And when the sheriff left, then anyone who comes unauthorized in that property, as Gogo did, and sat in what used to be her living room.
Gogo must go to hell in
Do you see what English does?
My NPO awadlali.
Lalela njalo.
Awandaba nemithetho le South Africa.
Lalela njalo, but
Ama NPO.
To say that would
Yabona South
that's
Africa
not even funny.
siphethwe yini konje? Anyways, somewhere above the constitution khona ama NPO.
Yeah, in fact.
Ngoba angithi
Which
khona
is
the rich people,
ridiculous.
but I can tell you now, khona constitution which governs our constitution. Kodwa ama NPO ohlala la. Ngoba thina sifike sithi mesathi ama NPO no. The United Nations, like, okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
so they do need help. And then a real example, and it can be quantified in multitude based on the amount of people I've had access to. I mean, I know when we spoke about Section 37C, there was about 1.4 people who looked at it. And then there was about 100 others who shared it. So it reaches people and they get educated. That is value. But from a practical perspective, a lady, a close friend of mine, actually the lady who did my dress for the SA Heroes Awards as a gift, that was so beautiful. My dress was very beautiful. I do want to say shout out to Nelisa Sunel. It's her clothing brand. She's amazing. She's so sweet. She's the one who told me I should go on YouTube and everything you're doing to help us as your high school friends, just go put it out there. So it was her, she was part of the idea that I must go put this education out there. What were you going to say, Nhlanhla?
I was saying, can you help black people? His question was, can you help black people?
My answer was, they need the help. And those that need the help, they...
Not do black people need the help.
What?
Can you ask that question again? Please ask that
not
question.
happy with you.
No, I know.
Tell her that
Still
she's being
upset.
technical.
And
Tell
he
her-
said,
tell her she's
I'm fine.
Exactly,
Tell her
but
she's
she's
being
being extremely technical because your question was simple. Please ask it again.
So...
Ask it again. Don't do that. Don't be two-faced. Ask that question again.
Not two-faced.
We're going into 16
So-
days of Melos is
God.
Fetus
So
Bar.
the
Melos
lady...
is Fetus Bar protest.
Please call my driver.
Can
it's time
I,
to go
can
to
I
the farm now.
not the driver? Can I finish
Can
my answer?
can black people honestly be helped with this?
Family home
family homes
issue?
issue?
Yes.
Your answer is yes.
Simple.
Yes. My answer is yes. I was giving you an example. So you want?
Are you acknowledging my answer?
I love that answer.
Do you
Because
agree
I
with it?
agree, they can, because I've seen her help. I've seen her with my own eyes. I've stood there for hours on end, seeing Zola helping family after family after family. So they can be helped. But blacks, in your original question, when you said blacks,
Yes.
they can't be helped. Indians can't be helped.
I forget Indians.
But
Who's are black?
Zola has, let me put it this way. Zola has the service and the product that can deliver black people from where they are to the next level in terms of family homes, trusts, etc., wills, etc. I've seen it work, okay? But she doesn't have the formula to help blacks.
I think your answer then
yeah.
is no. Not
What?
yes.
No, my answer is
Can
yes.
blacks be helped when it comes to the family homes issue? The answer is no. They can't. Only people
That are willing.
that are willing to be helped and where they're not going to kill each other as a family and they're not going to use witchcraft can be helped.
Yeah, I guess.
But
Did you intentionally
everyone
put the race?
else, I can't. No, forget race. I'm just saying, there's a reason I'm saying this.
Yeah.
I want to ask if you'd be able to,
Thank you for what you just said.
Do you see what I mean?
would you be able to, would you be fine with the idea of people coming to get help from you? Getting help, understanding the law, going home, getting whoever, sheriff, getting court orders, and then that person gets killed, would you be okay with that? Because you're like, I mean, I gave them the tools. Ogunye is beyond me.
Gets killed by?
Own family
Family
members, etc., etc.
I raise this because these are the things, right?
That happened, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of us know. We know. I'll speak for myself.
Okay.
We sit with family members and we discuss these things. We've got half siblings, we've got step siblings,
Sure.
we sit. Some of the things we get told, besides being told, Fetu, please go back to Joburg. It's okay. Saktanda, we love you. Go back to Joburg, uphile kabi. You know? Ungayingeni le. Other people will tell you real stories of Uktagatas there, but Maktua, wabulalwa yini, no one says anything. You'll hear from a neighbor far away who say, I'm sorry about what happened with your uncle. You're like, oh, okay, yeah. It's like, hey, your family is going through a lot. You're like, yeah, no, it's sad. No, I mean, manje, your brother, you guys are not going to do anything. What do you mean? I mean, with your uncle who was murdered. No, sorry. Ukuthi with the house, phela ngezwa kuthiwa you guys got a lawyer, so, and you're like, yo, siblings kill each other.
Yeah.
So I'm just asking, when I ask blacks,
Yeah.
there are people that need information,
Okay.
right?
We've
They just
established.
need it, whether they want to go get it or not.
Yeah.
There are people that want information, they come. You say something, they come. There are people that come for the information and then go implement it. It's beautiful. Those are going to be your success stories.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Then
quite
there
a
are
lot
people
of them.
that get the information, come for the information, maybe go implement. But what they're going to deal with,
as a
because
consequence.
ugogo wafika yedwa, or ugogo and her favorite son, grandson came through, they learned, they're like, we'll call a family meeting. What Nhlanhla is who now here? That's his uncle. This is the grandmother's son now asking, Manje Nhlanhla is what here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or who is the man now of the... So the tension start there, because
Yeah.
a family home is a tangible,
Contentious.
it's a tangible piece of evidence of black family dysfunction. But the dysfunction is beyond this, it's intangible. It's your father married the woman I wanted to be with. No, Itaima lied about me and how I came about. There's so much which comes into, by the time your father dies, when your half siblings are coming and their mothers, all of that is now, there's a house here we can fight over. So at least it's a tangible thing. If there wasn't, we would have carried on with our lives. This thing almost becomes a curse. You wish a
It
bomb
is
could
in most
fucking hit it.
instances.
So I'm just
But
saying
too many people
the
need it.
answer is you can't help blacks.
Yeah. So when I was saying, please repeat your question and stopping her, I realized it wasn't from a bad place. I realized that she was answering the question that says, do you have the service or product that can help
That
a
can
black
assist.
family? She was answering that. Not can you help blacks? That the way you were asking it, because those are two different questions.
My technical brothers. I answered.
I wanted to speak about children. I don't know if you guys have any things you want to talk about. I'm done, by the way, and I'm happy with
Are
the
you
answers.
good with your questions and answers? Okay, perfect.
Again, this is not a South African issue.
Okay.
The majority of South Africans, in my humble personal opinion, and I apologize for any offense to anyone, is that they are children. So ugogo and ulax will come to a session and listen. But they want you to hold their hand. They want you to fill in for them. They want you to do for them. And this applies to a lot of South Africans, where even after you've given people the information, we went to school with smart kids
Sure.
who, when you look at them today, when you ask, bro, what's going on? Hey, dog, I'm waiting for a job. Like, I don't understand.
I've
what
had
you're
one
saying.
at the rehab who was very smart.
You and I were at tertiary
back in the
together.
day.
I don't understand. You
He's now
went
in my
further.
school.
You've got a master's.
That you knew before?
Yeah, I'm saying what he's saying. Yeah.
Like, you've got you were smarter than me. You were dope.
yeah. Like
No, if I can just get a job, I'm like, no, I don't need to hear this from you.
I've
If
got
someone
beaten
wants-
up. I've got beaten up, ne?
Beaten
Bang
up.
sharp. Ore, why was that finally mentioning my cousin's
a
name?
parental beating. Okay. A spank.
So you're right. The roles flip early and easy. You're correct.
Aish.
Maybe
But
my
that's
question
just
is,
life.
are you guys, I think I know Lux's answer, and he doesn't have to answer if he doesn't want to. Are you willing to hold people's hands in this country? Because that's what they want from their politicians. Feed me, house me. Don't tell me how to build a house. I'm not interested. Don't tell me how to lay a brick. No. Build it for me. Don't tell me how to educate my kid. No. When I build a school and put teachers, I don't care who's paying for them.
Fair.
Give me, hold my hand.
Yeah.
Not Togotela, no nurse, which is why a lot of them, people that wouldn't understand, that come from the suburbs, would think, why is this doctor and this nurse so rude? Why are they speaking down to Ukoko? And it's like, I don't think you understand. In some of these sessions, unurse on a 23 kumele amthethise ugogo indaba ungawuphuzanga umuthi yabo soxabana mina nawe, like, you can't speak to people like that. You're like, no, I don't think you understand. Ugogo has to be like, uzongithethisa uZola, let's and that's going to help her. Are you willing to be a parent for the people you're willing to help in some of the things you're doing?
It's impossible to be, especially with all, but there are instances when I do. There are instances when I do, really. There's not just like, Nhlanhla will call me, Konugogo. When I get there, ngempela ugogo lo. And uyabona ukuthi le nkinga zakhe zi-hectic. And akanayo umntana or umzukulu ongangam to help her. There are gogos who are alone. I don't know how that has happened. Because we are not like that as a community. Gogos aren't alone.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, in the whole house.
Just alone in the house.
With no grandchildren.
What are you asking?
I'm saying...
We are not like that.
We have to be honest.
Okay.
I think that's a better word.
That's the good word, yeah.
So,
well, in I don't do all of those lawying assessments. I just understand. I just understand that I'm here. Lokoko really needs this help. I know where the help that she needs can be gotten. In some instances, I really do go where I shouldn't. Like, I would go even with her to the master's office, which is an unbillable amount of time. You can never recover financially. That time, the petrol, the time you're driving, getting into the queues with her until she has this letter of authority so she can change her home from her husband to her, because in her area, 3 houses have been hijacked because the owner was mkhulu. So I do, but it's impossible to do that for even 10 people.
Sure.
You can only do that for 1 or 2. Onenhlanhla, basically. Inhlanhla yakhe.
I think we spoke about this last time. So you spoke about people going back to the village as a solution.
Yeah.
But I want to raise it again. The idea of maybe taking properties away from the majority of South Africans and creating like a tribal system of permission to occupy. If we were to assume that most of them are children and it's a problem, it's like, okay, ugogo akasekho, nonke nini bekuyindla gogo, cool, uhlala phi Zola? Hayi phela ngisasebenza la uhlala phi? Lux, no, la so Penwell, ngisancinge la enyuka. Okay, othi sibo? Okay, no indlu sayithatha le. Unless if awuna indawo yokuhlala. Mawungena indawo yokuhlala nakhona ngeke sikunikeze indlu yagogo wakho. So kutholela a house here somewhere ozohlala kuyo as a way to just manage.
Hey, because
this stress. You take all of that away. You say if you need a home, you will have a home.
But is this not only happening to previously disadvantaged people? Or is it happening across board in South Africa? Umbrella approach, vele nje if nabelungu mese section ubaba no mama wakhona ingane ziphesheya, do we get to take that house back?
This is expropriation without compensation that white people don't want.
So but then you guys have got 1,000.
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying this is the expropriation without compensation abelungu don't like.
Yes, I hear you.
Uhulumeni says there's 1,000 hectare farm. We see the documents, but the kids are living in New York. It's overgrown. Nothing's happening. There's a community that needs a place to stay. We want to take it.
Yeah.
And you guys are like, no, this is my parents. What? You're like, you even have an accent, here. No, we need this for public benefit. We'd like to pay you market related. Over my dead body. How long have you been living overseas? 40 years. Okay, we're expropriating without compensation. But Abelungu don't want that.
Yeah, so that's oops.
To your question.
Sorry.
The idea would be to do it not just for black people and not just for townships.
Umbrella approach.
Any spaces where you're like, I don't have a place to stay.
Yeah.
Before you guys kill each other as a family.
Yeah.
Where are you sleeping now? No, okay, no, let's get you a home. Don't worry about an RTP. We have a lot of homes because whenever people pass away, we find out there's no one staying here. And we saw again tribal permission to occupy. The community knows. When we like, ugogo washona, siyayithatha immediately and we give it to
Isn't that how the Ngonyama Trust works? The
That's how
allocation
all
of land.
That's how all tribal land
Tribal
is.
lands,
tribal land,
yeah, all of them. Nah? Yeah, that's exactly right. And you're saying there's less fights in Makaya than there are election.
I have no idea. I'm just bringing it as a potential
What
solution.
do you think? I think
Yeah.
so.
I
mean,
think
just from the
you can't
people who
even
call
compare,
me,
man.
most of them.
You can't compare.
in
It's
the
impossible
forum
to
houses.
compare township property struggles and village property
And the
struggles.
village.
And the rules that you don't need to.
You don't
could,
pay water.
You can literally go to the chief and get your own land because you're just arguing with your brother.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's communal.
And I'm not
blockchain.
saying it undermining. I'm saying you could go there and say that
It's a good thing.
and say that, you know what, I'm going to end up killing my brother. I think the best thing, please just give me my piece of land and I'll just find a way to build my own Nkuku. Before the sun sets, you will have your piece of land.
And there's no succession. There's no legal succession there.
Sure.
So many people a lot of people have asked me that question on social media. Kwingonyama Trust, njengoba sekushone usbanban. Ayikho title deed, it's a letter allocating the piece
PTO,
of land.
permission to
Yeah, it's
occupy.
permission, yeah. So then, bafuna ukwazi, what is the succession plan for that?
It's a
And
great
the thing, the
question.
succession plan is to revert back to the chief.
Worse if your parents built a stunning home.
That's what
on the
happens.
tribal
They've
land.
built,
Yeah. It's
a good
they've built,
question.
and then kufika umalume athi yena lo mhlaba vele beko owakambhatha.
No.
So
How it would then work? This land was the Mokwena's land. It doesn't work in tribal land because it's all under one trust. The land will always belong to the trust. So if I, as your father, pass away and you guys want to kill each other over this house, the chief of the day can remind you that you are actually arguing with what is mine. This land is mine. If you can't take the house, go. But I can bulldoze this house out because my land is not going to cause this energy that you're bringing here. If the house is what's causing the energy, I'll get rid of it.
yeah.
You got 24 hours to both come back here and tell me you've sorted it out, or I will give you the solution. And it's always sorted out early. That's why I love our African traditional ways.
Yeah, but
They've got so much simplicity.
True.
And they worked over
They
a longer
work
period
better
of
for
time
abantu bethu,
than what you can quantify democracy to have been in terms of time.
But if you look at what Pen just said now, Gutabilunga by phone expropriation, then we'll be applying it only to one. It'll be almost as if we're reverting back.
No, but we do have expropriation conversations. It's been signed as an
Yeah,
act.
but it's there.
But is it being executed? Is it
I know
happening?
we can have that debate
it
about
needs-
what
it
gets
needs-
implemented here.
It what?
It needs
Pekukompa.
no, serious. It needs a pair that works.
16 days of activism.
No.
Bengiti, the other thing about community, the other thing about tribal land is blockchain.
Yeah.
So they have blockchain because the question around my father's passed away, there's a house. The community knows exactly what's going on here. So if you figure some half sister from
100.
somewhere,
Fanele
when
hlala phansi.
squads, the chief might even ask, "Lo sis nyamazi, uthi behlala ubaba wakhe. Thina sazi lo mfana lo. Uhleze evakasha ngokhismuza lethela ubaba wakhe imbuzi. Lona siyaqala umbona lo. So whatever athi uzoyiclaima, noma ngaveza amaphepha, asimazi.
So
So
you
they
prefer
work on
that
a
over the law?
blockchain
Yeah.
verifying thing. I think even if the chief, I stand to be corrected.
Yeah.
Even if the chief is out of hand, I think the community can come and say, but
That's the
we
balance
know
of
that
traditional
Yes.
leadership.
the
Yes,
Mkwenas
yeah,
used to live
it's
here. So
exactly
now
the
that the
balance.
kids are looking for a place, we think it's unfair. Unless if you can find them another place and motivate.
Yeah.
But if you feel like this is being unfair, that's when maybe you escalate to a king to say, but the chief is going around chasing people off where they should be staying because this is all our land.
Yeah.
This person is just meant to be a custodian.
Yeah.
Kodwa manje they bullying us. Asaz manje senze njani.
Okay, so you guys then prefer the old cultural way as opposed to interstate succession and
Yeah,
wills?
I
because look, I live in both. I have properties in both. And I can tell
So you
you,
live both realities.
yeah, I live both realities. So I'm not saying I'm the best person with an opinion, but I'm easily quite informed in both sides. So
What kind of humble, unhumble
Fake humble. Yeah, your best.
statement was that?
It's not me, it's God's plan for me to
I'm
be so
paying
dope.
for this. I'm paying for this sit down. Yeah.
but the point that's
What you
important,
prefer?
is that not what I prefer, because
Between the
I
two.
could prefer the nonsense of the white side. I'm going to call it black side and white side.
Okay.
It's great for capitalists, the white
Yeah.
side.
The
You know?
the
And
interstate
without
succession.
and without
yeah.
being like, okay, maybe let me say the traditional
Legal
side.
versus traditional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
legal
Let's
versus
not give it
traditional.
race,
Yeah. So traditional has proven to be seamless in my lifetime.
Fair.
On the
On the
side
other
that
side,
you
the
advocate
legal.
for, the legal has proven to have so many stops. I mean, even when you see that Gogo is sitting in a living room and there's a TLP breaking, we need, for a fact that when you go to court, you need a lawyer that speaks a language called law
That you must
that
pay.
you don't understand, and you must pay and what
And
what.
they must fight for your
but
home.
on our side, this side, and I say our side because I've
speak
chosen
your-
a side,
sure.
which is the traditional side.
Okay.
I can go
I
there
remain objective.
and speak as a person without
Yourself.
even stand at 5 myself and say that here are my facts, this is my experience, and the community and the chief will then find a serious resolve that has a balance that sees us move forward. Here, it doesn't take, I just told you about an example. We could fight. I could go to the chief. Before the sun sets, I've got a property. I've got land. Land big enough to farm nyana and even build a smaller nyana house and even find a wife the next sunset. And we're moving now. It's a family now.
What place is this?
But now, on this side, court can take 8 years.
Yes.
Where am I in 8 years?
Where are you?
Where am I in
Where
8
are you
years?
staying?
How
What are
much
you
is that
doing?
thing in
How
8
much
years?
is it costing?
The white side.
Okay,
bullshit.
fine,
The
fine.
legal side
The
can
legal
wait.
side.
Aye.
Yo.
The reason I don't prefer the
Yeah.
as an answer
Yeah.
is my same argument with democracy. I think a lot of these things need to be earned. Democracy, freedom, a Western or legal way of living.
Yeah.
Those of us who have educated ourselves and feel we know enough, we prefer this because it's systematic, it works, it's whatever, versus tomorrow I'm being told this is no longer your property by some random chief somewhere. When I've actually built an economy here, I'm the reason people come here.
Fair.
I've created a tourist site, but apparently it's on tribal land, so it becomes a fight.
Ish.
But for the majority of South Africans, which is what I was saying,
Yeah.
who I don't think are politically literate, legally literate, need seamless solutions.
They do.
I think at the lowest level, which is why some people do fight for our kings and our chiefs. It's
Yeah.
because of that reality. For
Yeah.
most of them, Nati, we spoke about this, I think, as well when we said last time. When life has kicked you in the mouth, or Penwell with their English, I'm going to go back there.
Yeah.
Ngiyocela induna ukuthi, "Cela ungihlephulele." How much English in interstate?
Not
Shubile.
interstate.
Sekhona i-AI.
Let them coexist
Ukuzo-
then.
Coexist, but specifically, I think people must earn because they must qualify. Because this was the fight at some point. Kgalema Motlanthe, I think, was leading
Okay.
the desire for the dissolution of the Ngonyama Trust.
Yo.
They wanted to break it up. And at the time, I sat on the side of Western leaning. I was like, no, but these kings and these chiefs, the land is their power source. You take away the land, they've got nothing because they can't build anything. They aren't able to woo the people. They can't set up a political party. So from a fair democratic, they would lose, right? And the people get to have their land. They can use it as collateral to raise business funding. This is always the fight. This is always the argument for educated people. At least now you have property, you have collateral, you can get a business loan. And then other people are like, yeah, but these people are not educated, so someone will come and screw them over and take their land, etc., etc. But I realized later on that most of these people actually don't understand these things. And until they understand, like a child, you have to do what's in their best interest.
100.
Once they've qualified, if we could have something like that where saying fundile, I
You
understand
can now
the law,
regulate. Yeah.
you wish some of these trusts or some of this land could then be converted to becoming private property.
Yeah.
Use it or lose it type of but well, that's PTO. But for the majority of humans, majority of South Africans, we need most of our land to operate like this.
Okay.
Yes.
Would you then say the current format of property law, interstate, lack of wills is causing homelessness in the locations way more than there would be homelessness in the Emma farm? There's no homelessness in my farm.
There isn't.
You
I was
all
about to
have
say,
a home.
like,
Yeah, there's
you can't
absolutely
compare.
no one
Yeah.
sleeping on. Yes, the second element of
Yeah.
it. So then wouldn't that be proof that the legal versus culture, the culture is good for Abanbe culture, and then legal is making them homeless where they don't have the protection of such structures as the Ngonyama
But they don't want
Trust.
to go home is the problem. For me, that's part of my problem.
Yeah.
They'd rather
But
sleep under a bridge or in a
But
shed.
you know,
to
you
go
know,
in Makai.
you know, I think we are also running a risk at making the legal side
Yeah.
as if it's the main side. If we
It
are,
is. It is.
It is because
wait,
of the
wait, wait.
Constitution. Okay. Sorry.
Apologies.
It's in Guinea.
because I can ask, what's my point?
Yeah. Let me
And
drink
none of
some
you will be
Red
able
Bull.
to answer. So I'm
Here
then
we are,
saying,
pap.
Usiphoxa
Qhubeka nepoint yakho,
manje.
Mr. Technical.
Stop it. Nhlanhla, I've made up stuff.
but listen,
Mina ngaka daily. I want to go back there.
so listen, I'm then saying, because media, traditional media, social media, has a big spotlight on a small province called Gauteng. We then make Gauteng and its townships like Soweto as if it's the start and end, the alpha and omega of reasoning.
That's correct.
And the problems that we then experience in Soweto, we make them national problems.
Yes.
While the actual fact is that most of the provinces are leaning towards tribal land. It's just in their CBDs. And we make their CBDs, which is the smaller part of the province, make it seem as if because that's where the English is spoken, make it seem that those problems are bigger than our Xhosa problems and our Sotho problems and our Zulu problems in bigger spaces of land.
Yeah.
So I'm then saying we must then be careful when you start saying that no, but the legal side is the bigger side. I'm not saying I'm not judging which one has a better grip in terms of relationship with the Constitution.
Sure.
I'm not asking those questions.
Or making a
I'm
statement.
saying I'm simply saying that when we look at what is really working for our people in their majority, the traditional side is winning. 100%.
But this is my frustration there.
Sure.
I don't know if we touched on this or if I was discussing this regarding Ilobolo Nentlawulo.
Yeah.
This is now the failures of traditional leaders and custodians. That they haven't been
We're
able
moving from
to,
property.
To
ne?
represent.
Angit we're
just
moving.
general,
Okay.
just to systemize
Yeah.
traditional ways of living, to create media platforms to protect themselves so that a Western constitution
Yeah.
can't override. Because what we have
100.
is we have ordinary South Africans, black, who struggle under tribal law and leadership and the tribal courts. The king of the Zulu, the late king, Zwelithini, the current king now with his wife, when they fail in their traditional tribal ways of doing things, they run to the same courts to make the rest of us now believe that these courts are superior. And then when these courts come and rule that you are now the real king, when these courts say, no, this is the real wife, and we're like, our king went there.
So
Truth in that, when we have issues here, let me go there. And it's because they've failed to solidify that.
Yeah.
Which is part of my fascination with Abo Shembe and the guys, because
they
don't look like they need validation.
Yeah.
No, not the courts, not that part.
Okay.
They don't look like they need validation. No, we want white people to come and see what we're doing. Guys, the Shembe church is great. They don't look like, I could be wrong, maybe they are,
don't.
but to me
Okay,
it doesn't look like they're saying, hey, we want to come on a podcast and speak about. It's like, no, we're fine.
Yeah. So right.
We know what we're doing. If you want to come and join, feel free to come to
And
us.
they're very
You're
kind.
welcoming,
Yeah. And they're
but
very kind. Yeah.
we don't need to come to you so that you give us a
Fair.
thumbs up. Uthi, "Hayi, njengoba sishade sisabana 19 ku-right." No, that's your
Sure.
siyanibongela. Tina, here we're communal, we're family.
Yeah. But
Siyashada,
we
siyabasiza, and
must protect the average mind that's watching this podcast. We can't say that you have a problem with traditional leadership in general. You remember us, there's property still, we're moving away from, you said general. And then in the general assessment of traditional leadership, then you conclude by giving a big shout out to Shembe. That's within our traditional space. Shembe. You are not referring to charismatic church, which leans towards the side.
Why bo?
No, not you. I'm saying legal.
Why bo?
No, but you understand what I mean.
I get
so
what
I don't
you're
want
saying.
to dilute it with as
No,
if
I get
Nhlanhla
you.
guy. So I'm saying we must then be careful so that we don't sound hypocritical maybe to the viewer that is watching. If we're saying we are putting Shembe in the spotlight and we're saying away Shembe Pagamis from the township, we see what you're doing, then we must also acknowledge that Shembe is one of the institutions that are upholding our African traditions and cultures at the highest. So we can't be 50-50 and say, I don't vibe with this, but shout out to Shamp, it doesn't need validation.
I'll say it. I'll say it.
Yeah, no,
so
no,
shout out to
sure.
Shem.
Yeah, sure.
But the Kings and the Chiefs need to do better
100%, they must.
because we're competing with
A
Roman
constitution.
Dutch law.
Roman Dutch law.
Which look, it works.
Exactly.
It's organized, it's got funding, it's got all these
But
things,
not
it's
working
fine.
for
But
African.
substance over form, or the substance of the issues, it is not assisting in the real issues we have in our communities.
For the majority of the people.
And you wish the things that could actually help the communities could get greater investment from the people that are meant to be running it, or the people that are meant to be
Yes.
benefiting, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I think I just think it's documentation. Our cultures atshelwa ngomlomo. As beautiful as that is, it's so detrimental in the country that's been taken over by Roman
Written.
Dutch law. Yeah, because now it says, okay, we need to regulate. Humans just can't run around. So, okay, here's the constitution. Here are the acts that comply with the constitution. We are regulated. We're perfect. Oh, how do we go into the farms? How do we go into the communities? How do we go into the cultures? Because South Africa is such a culturally diversified country, it should all align under one act, and you can't apply. Already, just as South Africans, you can't even apply one umbrella in the space of our cultures. Because there's northern, there's southern, there's so different.
Nothing
Southern, northern,
nothing has captured Africans outside of the gun like paper.
100%.
Whether it's a permission to occupy, a title deed,
Yeah.
money,
So
graduation in your qualification certificate,
100
your ID,
paper,
nothing
paper,
has
paper,
captured
paper.
Africans like paper, where we
Outside of
used
the
to have
firearm.
words. Because someone will say, no, but where's your
Yes.
paper? And you're like, no, uzola
Yes.
ngiyamazi. Ukuthi siyamazi means nothing. Where is her paper?
Yeah.
And then we have problems.
So our cultural leaders need to adapt. Unfortunately, bafika ngeibhams phethe imkhonto. So there's some adaptations we need to make so we can be okay. One of those is to document our culture. My father, my dad, shout out to my dad, Simon Jabulani Mbatha, such a sweet, sweet, kind man. Ooh, Baba Nkosi yami. A daddy's girl. Aish. Anyway.
It's coming for us. Our daughters will do this in future.
Yeah. Ooh.
Let's let her shine.
Anyway, ooh, don't call me someone's daughter for nothing. It's such a say he loves saying. My father took the time, and it took him years. Nhlanhla, hey, what documenta usiko lakambatha, history from usontshikazi owaletha abantu bakambatha into his kraal ngoba bebalekela impi, right down to today, him and my children. He documented the history. It's such a big book. Abantu bakambatha here in the Gauteng region have asked him for it. He has given it to them electronically. I also want to state this because, of course, he just put his name there. And people steal IP all the time. So this is a document that can be used and can even be referenced because he's put the reference of it. My dad studied. He loved school. He was set to study medicine. After medicine, he converted to something else, business. So he's very educated about the Western system in that manner because of the education that you spoke of as a qualifying criteria. He's written it down. If Ubabu Mbatha, my father, can do that, there are chiefs who can do this and document our cultures. Right now, it's so ambiguous, Lente Lobon.
Yes.
It's pissing people off. People are saying, oh, Zola, you are saying ngelobola letter, and people arriving abakhongi ngesiZulu leyo nto leyo ukuyocela. You are saying the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act is recognizing it not as an engagement but as a marriage.
Zola, my darling,
It's not even a wedding, it's a marriage.
As much as when you speak, you can only speak within the realms of your own knowledge in your head, right?
Sure.
You can't access
As a human.
generally.
Okay.
So that we're just on the same page.
Yeah.
I'd also like to defend isiko kancane.
Okay.
It's easy for all of us to say that, our cultures must
be documented.
No, our cultures, even that means what I'm going to say. Sure. Our cultures must just adapt. Why can't the Western systems adapt to our cultures?
Because you lost.
Because
you had spears.
No. So we may have lost the
physical?
Not even the physical, because we didn't have a physical battle in 94. Today is a product of 94, correct? We had a negotiation. We can say lost the negotiation, not physical. Maybe, if we are to be honest about it, right? So
we can go different, but we'll let you.
Yeah, I'm not
say
saying
that,
Shaka's war,
sure,
Mzilikazi's war,
sure,
Mshweshwe as well. I'm saying democracy has nothing to do with shaka fighting.
It 100% does. We wouldn't be
No.
negotiating if we didn't lose then.
No. I'm saying the real loss for us to sit here is the negotiation of 94.
The modern day loss.
So we can't say what your grandmother's fight with the Amang's grandmother. Today's loss.
Yeah, modern
Today,
day loss.
the recent loss were as good as our last fight, right? We lost now.
Again.
Sharp. So again.
Carry on, Nhlanhla, carry on.
But anyway, so I'm then saying it's easy for us, and we speak uninterrupted. When you speak English and say that, the chiefs must just document this thing and what. And we don't look at it from another side that says that once we where the chief can start falling for the trap that Penal just raised to say that, hey, paper has captured us. Now the chief is also documenting on paper. I want to remind you that if democracy and this Western way of thinking and applying ourselves, right, is 2 years old, the world is about 2,000 years old. We've been living okay for about 2,000 years old. Yes, we lost the negotiations, the fight, however you want to brand it.
Okay, cool.
But it doesn't mean that we must now do away with 2,000. I'm not saying 2,000 years of African tradition had no point of evolution. We came evolving, improving, and resort looking back at history to say, no, let's do it back again like this. It's a big trial and error. But I'm then saying we can't just sit back and say African tradition and African leaders must just adapt and just start speaking English and say that.
So what must they do?
Who said that?
No, I'm not saying you
I
said that.
hear you.
It's not a personalized fight. I'm saying generally, this is how we all speak, and we look down so much on. Maybe let me break it down this way. Our family structures have collapsed.
Sadly.
Yeah. And an African family was the primary institution of life, where you taught yourself absolutely almost most of the things that you know. Respect, language that you speak, the discipline. I can go on and on. What you now think today, you need to send your child to an academy.
Yes.
Or you need to you send your child to a school
Yes.
to go learn those things. So the collapse of the African family was intentional, systematic,
100
designed.
aligned.
So I'm then saying, when you look at families in Soweto, they are broken. But when you go to Matatiel and you go to an average family, they are not broken. Now is the season of the boys going to the mountain. Nearly every family has produced a boy that's gone up to the mountain. I'm saying, in South Africa, we still have serious concentration of our culture. It's just that the cameras, traditional media, social media is looking where it's most broken. And we're now starting to reason with it. And we're like, why doesn't our African leaders just adapt to the white? Because of in the small space, we have lost, and there's so much evidence of the loss. But in the bigger spaces, even regardless of the loss, there's no evidence of the loss, because we're continuing and we're prospering big time through the leadership of our African people.
Yeah. Well, look,
I don't agree with that at all.
Oh, okay. That's it. Mina, on my side, because Nhlanhla bega benkuluma when he said, let me add this. For Mina, I believe that the documentation. I was sitting at an institution. I was a keynote speaker on law versus culture and how the law doesn't represent our cultures. And one of the speakers was a professor.
Sorry to disturb. Can I just double check if the twins are fetched from school?
Please,
please do,
can I just
please.
double check?
The constitutional law professor was saying, I can see Ms. Mbatha is basically Afrocentric, and I believe that it's a shame, because it looks to me like the cultures are basically they discriminate. And so the Constitution, therefore, is way more important than culture in that way, because the Constitution makes everything fair and the cultures discriminate against women. So it's surprising that you would be Afrocentric as a woman.
This is a prof?
This is,
A black person?
non-South African black person.
Non-South African black person,
Yeah.
okay.
Then I said, I don't know about all of that. What I do know is it's not correct to expect our cultures to conform to a constitution that hasn't even given our culture attention.
Yes.
To even identify, there's people like this is their culture, let's cater into this constitution. Yes. So because people have already lost so much, the last that they have, Sigolab. So in that way, I'm agreeing our culture is important. It shouldn't lose any more than what it's lost. But the documentation I'm talking about, especially where I use my dad as an example, is that if it's documented, then there will not be an excuse for ignoring it.
Sure.
You can quote it. You can even take that document my dad wrote, and it can, because of the referencing system that he's used, and it's universal, you can put it in a court decision.
Yeah.
Whereas right now, everything is due to interpretation based on umlom, which is what I was saying. In terms of inhlawulo, so many people are confused. Where does inhlawulo originate? What does it mean? I did a video for mothers, for single mothers. And I said, mothers who aren't with the father of their children.
Yes.
So they may be married to other men, but they're not with the father of their children. And I said, you are not obligated to share key documents with your baby daddy's family just because you didn't marry him and you feel disempowered. You are 100% obligated to act in the best interest of your minor child. And that means you need to be a guardian to that child. Therefore, you need to ask this family, which institutions do you want to take this birth certificate to? I will take it as the guardian. That's the whole point. Because too many calls, I've received too many calls from abo mama, Betty, Sisi, ngani kumndeni ubaba wengane am birth certificate after he died. Sekudlula 2 years, what should I do? And then I send them, they're looking for help. Then I help them by saying, go to the Master of the High Court and open the file and see where it is. And too many have come back and said, the file is saying case closed. The estate has been administered. It has been inherited. There's not even proof that this man had a child because they simply asked for the document.
Yeah.
Yabo. So I'm saying you have the power as a mother to go. And, the women are commenting there and they're saying, I would never ngifaka ubaba wengane yami ku-birth certificate. Akahlawulanga. How? But when your baby daddy dies, how are you going to prove that he is the father of your child?
Sure.
How are you going to prove? And too many ladies are responding, Betty, you as long as ungashadanga nje nobaba wengane yakho, he should not be on the birth certificate. And I'm just like, this is so emotional.
I hear women speak about online.
And they
Some of the dumbest fucking shit. So there's ignorance and then there's stupid. We spoke about this off camera.
Sure.
Even when Umuntu is trying to educate a fucking cement block of a head, the block of a cement cannot be watered. Nothing can grow. But I hear you. Let me disagree with Lux and then we can close off.
Fair.
I'm going to try and be as brief as possible.
Okay.
Firstly, I agree with most of what you said about where the spotlight is.
Sure.
100%.
Sure.
Number two, I do think some of us have been exposed to different parts of the country. And I do believe that majority of black people in this country are not winning. Just whatever that concept is. You guys have land or you got cattle or whatever. We also see it in the droves of people that are collecting grants, who are reliant on this system, which is Western, to be honest, and who travel to cities for a little bit of money to send back home. Same way I say that the kings and the chiefs have messed up, I implore people who, let's say, agree with you, to show proof of concept so that we can de-link. What that means to me is if you're living in Makaya, I'm seeing some tribal space somewhere, and you're like, right, we don't feel the loss. Where I'd like for someone to go and investigate and make sure they're fine, figure out how they're working. Do they have their own economic system? Are they own? And then take away all the so-called Western perks that they don't need. Because if they need the Western perks, they come with a whole lot of other prescriptions. Things like child maintenance, because the father of my child, but you're living in a village, we don't know who the father of the child is, and we're like, this is the data we're getting. But if you guys are telling us that you're fine, then that means a big chunk or the majority of black people in South Africa are fine. Then they don't need the help. And similar to the Shembe thing, if someone says, no, mama, na grant, you're like, aye, siyabonga. No, but your child, aye, it's okay. But the child must go to school. What? Which child?
Okay.
No, we need you. I don't know what you're talking about. When they ask, but Lux, doesn't Upen have a child? Because we homeschool our kids and we don't need your validation. We don't need to register our child anyway. We don't need to count anything.
Yeah.
We're fine. But as soon as you get your birth certificate, you deliver in our hospital, you sign your child up for SASA, you're now not putting the father's name and you're now going to a court. For me, this is where now this thing comes off. If you want to play this game, play by the rules, which is documentation. So that when you guys come to the court and you're arguing, I'm a cultural man. How did you sleep with this woman when you're a cultural man? Because you're not married to her. No, Bella, things have changed. Or things have changed there. Now you can sleep with who you want. But now here, when we're trying to hold you to account, you're telling us you're a cultural man.
You're
and
right.
now it becomes a mess.
You're right.
Anyways, that's all. That's the only reason I disagreed. We don't have to go back and forth. But I agree with the sentiment that there's a lot that people don't know.
No, like on a serious note, I'm saying you're right because it's important for people to understand that you are correct with those examples. But at the same time, we then also need to be, I was just trying to just defend.
Nothing wrong.
Because we can't just attack without defense. Because we can't be a 3-man show against culture. I'm just saying, like at some point we need to like just balance.
All three of us are pro-culture, funny enough.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking.
But
There's no. We are actually, and that's what I said when you were checking on the cuteness. Guti. What I'm saying, the documentation will lead to protection until we're in a space where culture really is in the forefront, but it isn't. And instead, the ones that are enjoying it right now, it's almost as if a virus of ignoring our culture is gonna move from the legal sphere and start coming to the cultural space. So if we are documented, we are able to protect it.
I'm saying our culture was never perfect to begin with. No one must lie to you and tell you it was perfect. It was never. It's like saying that my father's not perfect, my mother moved on, I've got a stepfather, but I can't disregard my father.
It's respect him.
Because even if I pass out at varsity, they want my history of my biological history.
Yeah.
Then that man is going to be important in that week. Because you must go find him. Blood type, what?
Donation.
We now need a kidney. That man is important in that week.
No, my stepfather will give you a kid.
Exactly.
There's no match.
So mine is not to sit here and try makes it sound like our traditions and cultures are like alpha and omega of life. They've got their flaws, guys. They've got big weaknesses. They've got big strengths. All I'm saying is we can never ever have a system that we must pretend it is the absolute gospel over our cultures. We need to find a balance. Because we are here. Yeah. We can't be naive. We are here. Today is 2025, moving to 2026. We need to find a balance and say that if our culture is our foundation, that we can't remove your history. How best can we renovate the roof, at least using the new tiles technology, which is now the legal side? How do we best? It's important, not disregard and make it sound like the viewer must then say,
Sure.
Culture. No, we can't.
I think we are light.
We can't. That we can't.
Yeah. I think
closing remarks, but I also just want to mention before I forget, Sis Zola, ngivulunyaka ngawe.
Yes,
2025.
You did.
I don't know if this is officially going to be my last episode, but even if it's towards one of the last, ngiyabonga ukuthi ungivalele unyaka as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to you and a successful 2025.
Thank
and
you.
I look forward to seeing you rise even further in 2026.
Yeah.
Before I forget, but any closing remarks from both of you?
Yeah. I should go first as a lady. I have every intention of having a legal clinic in every province next year. So can you help me with that? And I also want my legal clinics to be in other languages outside of English and Zulu. So I want a legal clinic.
It's the only language that matters in the world.
Ow.
Zulu covers the whole of Mzansi and Sedek.
Southern Africa. One in Limpopo, one in Mpumalanga, in Swati, Limpopo, 2 in Limpopo, Tonga, Chivenda. I really want bonka bokoko of all the languages to understand everything that I've taught abokoko. Basema Lokshin yase Soweto, nase Teguini, nase Eastern Cape. One in Cape Town. So that for me is gonna be my passion pro bono project for 2026. Outside of that, I'm no longer doing free work in 2026. I'm monetizing. I need to raise my children. School is expensive. I think spending 3 years growing these clinics, and I've been pro bonoing at national level. I need to monetize next year. So I'll be doing roadshow, I'll be speaking. I'm not speaking for free anymore. I think I've grown my brand enough. I think people have seen too many samples of me speaking. But these 9 clinics in these 9 provinces, I want it to happen before 2026 ends. And I need community leaders from each of those provinces to come up and say, either reach out to us in Jobasila, or organize the clinic and then tell me we are doing a clinic of this nature, and I will be there and get a translator. But yeah, I want all 9 provinces, and that's the only pro bono work I'll be doing for 2026. I'm so grateful to you, Penno. You are such a... Let me stop myself there before I go far.
Stop there. Last, sorry, your closing words.
No, let me finish my closing.
You're done. You've
been a very important part of my work that I've done. So I'm grateful to you for that. And to you, Nhlanhla, for always being consistently yourself in relation to our friendship and sister and brotherhood. I'm very grateful for the two of you.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Lux?
So closing remarks, I still am consistent with saying to people that find themselves in townships, explore, go beyond the broken relationships that were caused by your mothers, your fathers, your grandfathers. Go back to where they come from, because that's where you also come from traditionally and culturally. And go there, introduce yourself to the chiefs, go there to introduce yourself to the king, and find land. Because the biggest fight that we always sing about is bring back the land. There's land waiting for you. You just need to meet it halfway. I'm not saying leave your house in Mbatha, Ekasi, or in Soweto, Gondovaya. You don't have to leave that house. But there's nothing stopping you from owning a piece of land where you can have cattle and where you can farm. There's nothing. When you grow up in Soweto townships, you think that owning a farm requires a minimum investment of 5 million because these are the numbers you hear, you read about. That's for them. For you, you are privileged. If you didn't know, black privilege does exist. You are privileged. You can access land tomorrow before sunset. If you just go back and introduce yourself. Our traditional systems does not require Google to know who you are. As soon as you arrive and you just even say half the sentence, they'll complete it for you.
Blockchain.
So
traditional African blockchain.
So I'm then saying, I am extremely consistent with saying that do not allow the conditioning to dictate your tomorrow.
Yes.
Break away from those conditioning and the way you were raised and the township being the only thing that you must be confined to. That township was designed. It was systematic with the aim of producing a certain person. You are currently that person. That's why you can't even hear half the things that you must. That's why you can't even see half the things that you must. That's why you can't even think half the things that you must.
Sure.
Break away from that design. Go back to the rural areas were not designed by people. When you look at those mountains, a person can't design and build a mountain. That is nature's design. That's God's design. You will flourish better as an element of nature, when yourself, when you find yourself in nature. So go find a home in nature. Not saying that get rid of your township homes, because this is where you are. So in my closing remark, I'm then saying to you, which is very simple, let me give you numbers. When they say hectare, it sounds very intimidating. A hectare is as easy as a soccer field. 1 hectare is 1 soccer field. 2 hectares, 2 soccer fields. On 1 hectare, you can plant 75,000 spinach, cabbages, etc. It takes 3 months, 90 days to grow from seed to harvest, to market. If you take out your calculator at home, I'll give you time. You take out your calculator, okay? You
have your calculator now?
Yeah, they should have them now.
They should have it. Otherwise, pen is amazing with calculations. You should, will help you. So
I don't bow to pressure.
So 300,000. If I say per hectare, per soccer field, 75,000, 2 soccer fields is 150,000. If you times it by 20, selling each unit at 20 rand below the market line, so that yours can go move like hotcakes.
Faster.
How much are you making? How much are you making? When you understand the power of owning land, you'll therefore understand the importance of hurrying up from the township to your rural spaces and occupying that land that's waiting for you. No sale, for free.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Sure.